So I've talked about Star Trek a few days in a row, so I'm going to go back to a little Star Wars. Again, these videos are really just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to change your mind. I just felt like sharing what was on my mind, I guess. So today I decided that I would enter the debate about the original Star Wars trilogy. What is the best? What is the worst? It's kind of hard to say with a trilogy like that, since all three are classics, and it's kind of hard to hate any of them, although people tend to do it, especially with Jedi. So I'm going to shake things up a bit and tell you about why I like certain ones better than others. So number one, my first contact with Star Wars was actually with Jedi as a young man. That just happened to be the one I saw first, and I always enjoyed it. In fact, for the longest time, Jedi was my favorite of the three. It just had fun scenes. I mean, I know that Ewoks were made to sell merchandise. Same time, that was the first one I saw, and because of that, it'll always have a good place in my heart. I loved those Ewoks as a kid, but it's not my favorite. I would put that at number 2 for me, mainly because of nostalgia. Nostalgia kind of wins that one to a number 2 spot. The space battle over Endor was just fantastic. I don't know of honestly, I don't know even today of a better space battle in Star Wars. There was definitely bigger space battles, like the one at the beginning of Episode 3, but as for the complexity and the quality of the actual fighting, no, that was fantastic. That was legit stuff. The battle on Endor was, it was more goofy, and I don't think they meant it to be goofy. Maybe they did, but you add in, Ewoks trying to attack walkers with a stone axe. It's like, yeah, that's just kind of really no. But at the same time, it's fun. It's fun. So yeah, that's a solid number 2. And of course, it's got the lightsaber battle between Luke and Darth Vader at the end, and that's a pretty good one. As they go, it was more of a redemption kind of arc than an actual battle to the death, at least, especially on Luke's side. So that means something's got to be number 1, and something's got to be number 3. So I'll give you the bad news first. Number 3 is the one that everybody says is number 1. Yeah, Empire. I'm sorry. I didn't see Empire until I was 11 years old, and while it has some cool stuff in it. I mean, that Battle of Hoth at the beginning is fantastic, and getting to know Yoda, that's really cool. But as a kid who had seen Jedi over and over again, with that kind of lighthearted fun mixed with the seriousness, the really kind of more mature setting of Empire just didn't really hit those same chords. And of course, I understand now as an adult, because that's the way they made it. They made it that way on purpose. It was supposed to be kind of a more serious look, a really good all-round sci-fi movie, good Star Wars, And it is a good movie. And just because I put it at number 3 doesn't mean it's bad. No. I'm not saying it's bad. But if I have to pick a 1, 2, 3, it's at 3. Because Star Wars, later dubbed A New Hope, is number 1. It has to be number 1 because it's the foundation stone of Star Wars. Now, I know some of you might have seen my video about Star Trek where I put the original series lower than some of the other series, even though it is that same kind of foundational thing. But I'd say with Star Wars it's different. First of all, it being a movie, they were able to get in a lot of good story and a lot of good foundational bits that you don't really get in a little, choppy episode here and there where Kirk is busy trying to get with whatever alien shows up this week, This was a good movie that told a well-rounded story. So that puts Star Wars at number 1. My favorite scene in all of Star Wars is in the original Star Wars movie. And I know it's kind of it may seem almost insignificant, but I love the scene where Luke has just had that argument with his uncle about whether or not he can go to the academy. And his uncle told him no, he needs more help on the farm, or on the moisture farm. And he goes outside and he's kind of depressed and is playing his theme. And he looks up and sees the sun setting. I don't know, it's just kind of a quiet, resigned melancholy that really reminded me a lot of myself, especially when I was younger. So I've always kind of just, I've that small scene always kind of hit a very personal level with me. I don't know why exactly, but I like it. So that's why that's number 1. So, yeah, it goes 1, 3, 2. Well, I guess it's 4, 6, 5, but whatever. Anyways, that's my top of the original trilogy. I can definitely do my top of the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and then I can rank all 9 of them, but I will not do that in this video, probably later videos. For now, leave comments, keep it civil. I know us sci-fi nerds can get kind of opinionated, but let's keep it civil. And thank you for your time. Have a good day.